Don't blink, it's your being. Don't blink, it's your boy, welcome to the commentary show. Doing well, having a wonderful day on this glorious 18th September 2025, second day of watching The Good Place. So, I have an offer for you guys. Wanna forking talk about this bullshit show called The Good Place? Because I want to. So, without further ado, let's get into it. We're gonna be reviewing, hopefully, from the season 1, episode 3 to episode 5 inclusively. So without further ado, let's start. So at first we got Shitty continuing the courses with Eleanor. And you know what's insane? This show is so powerful because this morning we had a talk about changes, right? And changes that was positive, becoming a good person, whatever. And I thought I was not recording. It's possible that because we watch A Good Place, it makes you think, which is kind of like a great use for the show. We have Shitty coach of being a good person, which is kind of cool because if you listen to it, kind of makes sense, but also super cool because we're in season 1, episode 3, and this episode is about questioning Shitty. I'm gonna tell. Okay, well, it's the episode that basically Michael says, "Hey, I had the capacity to read book at super high speed. I gotta say, I read your book and I don't understand the shizzle." And Shitty is, but like, what? And he doesn't understand, you know? But it's amazing because Shitty is presented as this person with better than average understanding of moral. But if his understanding of moral is flawed, then the course for Eleanor is flawed. But at the same time, it's not the course that's a problem. It's not the course itself. The problem is that if Shitty is not a good person, then he spent his whole life believing that he was right about being moral, and he was wrong. You see, the guy taught at university or college. He taught moral in college, so if he's wrong, then it's all understanding, but also the understanding of a lot of people that he taught is changed. See, Eleanor might be a student present, but it is past, right? So this is insanely cool. So we have this, that, we got Tahini who goes in and gives a plant to Eleanor. Now, Eleanor in here, behavior is very normal. She sees Tahini and she's, oh, I'm so sorry. Tahani. I said Tahini. Oops. She sees Tahani and she's like, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna show everybody that she's not a good person. So what she's trying to do, she's trying to put down Tahani to build herself up, which is something extremely not cool to do. However, if that's the way she feels, So she's trying to build her up. We have a plant, and this is why The Good Place is a great show. The plant is the relationship between Tahani and Eleanor. So when she does something good, the plant burns. When she does something bad, the plant burns. When she does something good, the plant is healing. So this is in itself a great concept because it's a representation of the relationship, right? Which you like that with your best friend. But it's something also that is super important. Why? It's super important because you're basically seeing this as a guideline for morals. If I can treat my neighbor nicely, I can treat complete stranger nicely, right? And what is good because I have a physical representation of what is good with the plant, right? Shitty teaching theory, the plant teaching physical. That's pretty much it. So she goes in, and that's the whole episode. Shitty is basically saying like what you're doing. She tells him, I'm gonna teach you, which is kind of crazy, because Shitty's like, no, that's not a good idea. Second scene that we have is she talking to Michael, and Michael saying, listen, I gotta be honest, your book was shit. Your book was complete shit. I couldn't understand anything. And my apologies. This is kind of cool because this makes Shitty question the whole thing, and at the same time, this is the best. So you know when he said that Eleanor feeling guilty was a proof that she was a good person? Well, Shitty questioning what he says is a proof of intelligence. There's still a desire to learn. There's still a desire to do the things wrong and to do the things wrong. The hacking. So this is kind of cool. Next we have Tahani and Eleanor trying to get closer, and Eleanor ends up stealing the she ends up stealing the diary of Tahani to see if she's shocking in church. What is cool here is Tahani actually confides to Eleanor and says, "Listen, me and my husband we're not getting along, and it's really bad. It's something that's going on that I don't know what to do. I'm this good person. I'm supposed to be happy. I deserve to be happy, but I'm not. So I don't know what to do." And Eleanor is a girlfriend that's supposed to say, "Oh, leave this man," or tells, "You know what? You got better," you know. And it sucks. So basically, Eleanor thinks that Tahani left the. This is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. She thinks that Tahani left the place. See, also, I'm wrong because when I say that Eleanor's goal is to prove that Tahani is a fraud, Tahani is. Eleanor believes that Tahani is blackmailing her, and she put the thing, "You don't belong here," under the door, right? So because she did that, Eleanor wants some dirt on her, so they're becoming shit sister. What is a shit sister or shit brother? Is when you know something about the other person that could hurt them, but they know something about you that could hurt you. So you don't tell the secret, but they don't tell your secret. So basically, oh, I got a new mod. What is that? Yeah. Noise. Okay. I don't have anything to do. Okay. The tower. If you're looking for a good tower defense game, the tower is amazing. Amazing. Good. So then she follows Tahani. And this is cool because Eleanor, by following Tahani, actually does a couple of good deeds, you know? Which is super nice. Oh, we have... Okay, so this is a super important episode for the flashbacks. This is flashbacks of Eleanor, episode number 2. And it is super good. So she has a boyfriend, and they're drinking coffee, right? And this is absolutely phenomenal. And this is possibly the most important question. And so far in a good place. So she has a boyfriend, and the boyfriend comes in, and he's like, "Yo, you can buy coffee from that place. The guy is sexually harassing a lot of people." And it's like, "Yeah, but it's a closed coffee shop." So then what she does is she buys football tickets to a game. She said, "Yeah, we gotta support them because a couple of the players has DUI." And she tells her boyfriend, "Evil is everywhere. Let's just face it. There's no escaping evil, right? And if it's everywhere, why should we..." And the boyfriend says, "You know what? You're right, but we should at least try to do something positive." And he's also right. See, the two people are right, which is the good thing or the good place. You're asking yourself, you know. So then, Michael, what he does is he's trying to get Shitty to do something else. He's like, "You know what? I know that you're working on that book, but it's not a good idea. It's not gonna work." So he gives him the map. He says, "You know what? Possibly cartograph the good place, cartograph the neighborhood would be a good usage of your time." But Shitty at the end will say, "No, you know what? I love reading this book. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but at least I want to try to do something better," which is cool. We got Janet, which is super funny because Janet is being constantly, and this is kind of a cool thing because Janet's constantly being reconfigured. So she's flirty, she's talking about fun facts, she's being sexual. It's kind of a cool thing because Janet itself is a construct, but Janet also presents human nature. So basically, for example, right, Michael is reprogramming her to be this perfect person, right? But it's understanding the fabric of human being. So sometimes she's too friendly, sometimes she's too flirty, which is something that's being human. And there's this nice balance that makes you yourself. But Janet is not herself because herself is a robot. So there you go. Got more of Eleanor and Tahini. This is super nice. Michael is really trying to help Shitty. And this is also important because the first episode, you understand, okay, so this is going to be very complaining from my part. I understand that Eleanor or Kristen Bell is the main character, but at the same time, give me some of the other characters. And this episode is basically called Tahani Al Jamil, which is beautiful. Thank you, beautiful, something like that. Um, and it's cool because I want to see more of the other people. They have a short cast, so because they have a short cast, it's easy to do the. Oh, my apologies. Because they have a short cast, it's easy to explore every single character, right? So again, Eleanor now she's going super far. Shitty is. This is kind of cool. This is really cool. Shitty is facing his issues, and again, this is perfect because in 3 episodes you establish characters, right? Shitty is dealing with a literal life crisis, which is, and this is, I have a theory about that, what the showrunner wanted to do, which is amazing. Shitty is having a little life crisis where he was told that what he spent his life working on was not good, right? And then he has Eleanor, who is constantly doing something that's wrongfully moral. Shitty only hope to prove that his version of good moral ethic is by taking somebody like Eleanor, which is completely hopeless to save, and help her reach a higher state of mind. A higher state of mind meaning that, okay, well, guess what? I don't know going to be able to help you as much as I help others, but at least I'm going to try. And this is what you're trying to do. So, pretty cool. And if he's trying to help Eleanor, if he succeeded in helping Eleanor, then he did more than a lot of things. I told you the scene about the boyfriend. You got. This is good. She talks to Michael and said, listen, I think you've been trying to find me a hobby. I'm grateful, but I want to keep on working on the book. And this is cool because so far, Shitty is a weird character. As much as he doesn't seem assertive, he has his own ID, and he's able to place them. He doesn't seem assertive, but he sort of is, right? So that's interesting. At the same time, there you go. Eleanor is being a really good friend to Tahani, because Tahani once again tells her that Janu doesn't talk and she wish she could know him, and she respects his vows silence, but I'm his wife. If he wants to talk to me, he should be able to talk to me. And then when she come back, guess what happened? The plant is beautiful, which means that she did something right. And truthfully, except for cleaning up the garbage, this is the first thing that she does that's kind of nice. So, Eleanor is being recommended as the assistant of Michael, which is not a plot because I don't remember it being part of the plot. So we're just gonna skip this. We have the second message, which is, I know you don't belong here, meet me here. Meet me at some place. So she go to the place, and guess what? She finds Janu, and Janu is talking. Now, this is funny because Janu says, I don't belong here either. We're in the same boat. So why is that important? Well, because Eleanor was a mistake, but Janu being a mistake, and the show, the biggest spoiler of the show is there's a really good reason why Eleanor and Janus are there, right? But then the show is putting it as a, well, Michael, this is his first neighborhood, so mistake will be made, which I thought was really good. I think I'm gonna go. No, we're good. I'm gonna go in because I can see a lot. So basically, Janu tells her like, "Yo, this is who I am." This is super cool because Michael was when I gave him my idea. Janu or Jason is kind of like a dummy, and I mean this respectfully, right? He's an endearing dummy. I don't remember much from the character, to be honest. So possibly not as meaningful as Kristen Bell or Shitty. I remember Shitty. I remember Michael a lot. I remember Janet a lot, and I remember Eleanor a lot, which is important, right? So Jason is like, yo, it was Michael's idea. He told me that the guy I'm supposed to replace, and this is the exact same as Eleanor. So they had the same name, but a different path, right? So he told him that he was a monk that took a vow of silence, and that's what he did for Michael. This is how he lied his way by just not talking. So this is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. We have the whole thing which is Eleanor and Jason trying to. This is bad because Jason can tell her secret, but I don't think he will. I don't think he would. But it's mostly like, yo, we're not supposed to be here. What are we doing? And he's freaking out. So if Jason, see, this is also important. Even if Jason doesn't say that he doesn't belong here, if Michael understands that Jason wasn't supposed to be there, but is there, there's possibly somebody else that is not there. See, what's going on right now is there's a lot of problems. For example, we got the first episode where there was a huge problem. Second episode where there was a huge problem. The third episode we have a sinkhole, which is gonna be super disastrous. So this is pretty much it, right? We got Honey, who is in charge of organizing a restaurant, and that restaurant is super, super, super important. Janu has his place where he's supposed to be maintaining, but this is a frat boy house. So basically, he has a porn mag, he has games. I had it a porn mag, but still. And then this is super, 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 super cool because this is where. Oh, what did I get here? Oh. We got Janu Pass, right? Where it was supposed to be Acid Cat, which is okay. So he was a DJ. That wasn't a good DJ. So his whole MO was he wanted to be himself. He wanted to be recognized, and this is super important. Oh shit. Guys, we have to go. My phone just ended battery, so I have to go. I'll be right back with some more.